Hello ladies and gents, and welcome to episode 2 of Do You Know Battlefield 4? With the release of China Rising, a couple of interesting things have popped up. Check this out. A little Genghis Khan samurai statue thingy with a big golden belly. Seems weird. These are scattered around all 4 of the China Rising levels, and at first glance they just look like a cool little prop. Look closer though and you'll see that each of these statues has a braille number on the side of the leg. Now I've managed to find 13 of these statues in total, but I probably missed a couple of them and they each have a different number on them. Probably some kind of code. I interviewed Craig McLeod, a producer at DICE, about this a couple weeks ago at an event, and he told me that they do have some significance. That is yet to be discovered. The numbers, Mason, what do they mean? Do you know that if you switch seats in a helicopter and then switch back to the pilot seat, you can take off way quicker? Check this out. Enter the helicopter, switch seats as fast as you can and then switch back to the pilot seat. You'll be able to instantly take off. For a comparison, look how long it takes to lift off without switching seats. You're already dead. Remember that one, and you can get out of some pretty sticky situations in a hurry. Do you know that if one of the 3 wires on a claymore is attached to an automatic door and someone opens the door, it'll explode? Interestingly enough, it's not the player here that causes the trigger, rather the action of the doors opening. I'm pretty sure there's plenty of fun to be had with this, I just haven't discovered it yet. Do you know that when playing as an assault, you can run up to a fallen teammate and hold the use button to instantly switch to your defibs and revive them? That one wasn't in the manual. Oh, and every time you revive someone, remember to throw a med pack down next to them so they can start regenerating health and you can start making those sweet points. Surprisingly, not many people know that you can actually charge up your defibs as well by holding down the fire button. The longer you charge the shock paddles, the more health your teammate will have when they're revived. Booyah. Also, don't be mad if you get knifed and nobody revives you even though there are teammates around. The reason is that if someone shanks you in the back and takes your tags, you can't be revived, period. Back to the spawn menu for you. Finally, one last thing for the revives, the defibs actually have a longer range on them than you expect, and this allows you to revive people that aren't directly next to you, so you can actually revive a fallen teammate from behind cover if you wanted to. Try it out and learn the distance and you'll end up becoming a patty cake master. Do you know that there's some funky Battlefield 2 elevator music in the new version of Gulf of Oman from the second Assault DLC? The memories. Did you know that the explosive engineer gadget, the Slam, acts as a water mine when placed in shallow water? Under the bridges on Paratel Storm is a great place to do this. Throw some of those bad boys into the deep and wait until an unsuspecting rib boat, jet ski or the big fish attack boat drives over. Yep, that's pretty messy. Look at this. Some Frostbite 2 and Battlefield 1942 wine bottles in the bar at the top of the Siege of Shanghai Tower. 50% proof and prone to explosions. Please drink responsibly. Be really quiet guys, come and check this out. On Operation Dawnbreaker, there's a little pea shooter from Plants vs Zombies in the corner here. He's a pretty cool guy and doesn't afraid of anything. I'm just glad there aren't any undead in the game yet. Were you aware that instead of clicking the use button to enter vehicles, you can actually hold it? So why would you want to? Well, as soon as your player hits the range you can access a vehicle, you'll enter it. Maximum efficiency. This makes high-speed pickups much easier to do because instead of trying to hit the use button at the exact moment when the vehicle comes in range, just hold it down instead and you'll guarantee a pickup. This is also a great way of beating a friendly player to a vehicle that you want to get in. Just run forward towards it and hold the use key. Most of the time you'll beat a player that's spamming the button. GG. Do you know that with the lock-on missiles, if the enemy uses flares and the missile loses the lock and doesn't explode, you can regain the lock by focusing on the target again. If you're lucky, your missile will come back and take that bad guy by surprise. Using this tactic, you can also hit targets that have gone behind cover by purposefully firing and then losing the lock and relocking the target when you're sure the missile has a clear path to the target. Next level tactics right there. If you're quick enough, you can even fire once, reload, fire again, and then hit the target twice in quick succession. Takes a bit of practice, but it is possible. Have a go. And that's all for today's episode, guys. Hope you enjoyed this one and learnt something new. Leave a rating and a comment. Subscribe for more Do You Know Battlefield 4, and I'll see you in the next one.